Hey now, yeah, we are back. It is the Life Show. Yes, I believe it's was it the second
Eight.
Life show? Well, it's the eighth overall, but the second Life Show for the month of June.
Yep.
Yeah, Boss Man in the house with you, along with John Wilson. Yeah, everybody having a good summer. Hope you are, at least creeping up on summer anyway. Surviving all of that. What's going on your way, John? Tell us the latest.
It's a little chilly here.
Yeah.
It's been cold at night. I was wearing shorts, and now I got long pants and a long sleeve shirt on again. I don't know. My body was just getting acclimated to that warm weather, and now it's turning cold again.
Yeah, man, and of course that kind of stuff messes with your sinuses. It certainly messes me up pretty bad. One
Yep.
day you got the hot weather, then the next day. In fact, when I was down there earlier this week, it seemed like it was pretty nice.
It was.
Yeah.
It's just the last 2 nights. My
Yes.
CPAP machine doesn't know what to do with humidity level. One night it sucks all the water out of it, and the next night it's
Yeah.
almost a full tank in the morning.
Yeah, Deb's got one of those. Doesn't have any issues with that, but I know definitely on the sinus front, it can be pretty bad all the way around. So I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
well, kind of hungover today. Yeah,
Uh
yeah. San Antonio coming
oh.
up a little short. Yeah. Wish they had Duncan. Wish he was there.
Yeah.
Well, last night I don't know what happened, man. They came out. They had a game plan. They were doing pretty good, and then bam, New York. And I wasn't really taking them serious. I mean, I thought Oklahoma City, honestly, was the best team out there, but apparently New York is looking pretty stout. So,
For a change.
yeah, for a change, that's been a long time. I was thinking about this morning. The last time that the New York Knicks won the championship, I wasn't even in school yet. I hadn't even started kindergarten. It was like 53 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, remember the great Watergate hearings were going on? I
Yep,
remember
I do.
my mom was
Unfortunately.
watching that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it screwed up
So,
all the TV during the day.
yeah, it did.
You
So
only
it
had
was,
three stations plus PBS, and every one of
yeah,
those stinking stations had Watergate on it.
yeah, it was a mess. And, I was looking at a documentary about the Knicks that when the Garden was Eden thing on ESPN. And the game, they didn't even get the live televised coverage because it was like a replay, and the people had to stay. People didn't care, and they quietly won it. Yeah. Anyway, they're just 3 wins away. San Antonio doesn't get something going tomorrow night. I think this thing's over with,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Where did they
It's,
play last night? Did they play in San
San
Antonio?
Antonio, yeah, they got one in San Antonio. The Knicks did
Wow.
last night. So that's not a good sign. But game two is always very pivotal, and hopefully they'll bounce back. And then we got some hockey tonight. Yeah, so Vegas getting her done there in that first game.
Vegas won in Raleigh.
They
So,
did, yes.
but that's the way just about every one of Carolina's series started. They lost the first
Yeah,
one and then came back in four straight and brought it
yeah,
home. So we'll
and then
see.
brought her home. Yeah. So anyway, we'll talk more sports here in a little bit. Uh, Thank you to my friends at Meme Central. They always come up with some good stuff. In fact, we've got some more good stuff for you. This one today, we're not going to Florida. Today, we're going to Phoenix, Arizona.
Wow.
Yeah, apparently this 28-year-old woman was jailed recently after allegedly renting out a 14 by 48-foot highway billboard half mile from her ex-boyfriend's downtown office that simply read, "He still has my Tupperware." That sounds like a tell it and sell it phone call to me. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no kidding.
Actually, that really did happen one time.
Hmm.
There was a lady that called in, and well, this fella called in beforehand, and then this lady calls in a couple calls later, and on the air told me, she said, "Hey, would you tell so and so, not going to name names, uh, to uh, to bring back my microwave? When he was renting one of my places, he took my microwave." And I just froze. It was like, did that really happen? And then the guy just called me after the show and just blessed me out left and right. I mean, just slapped the shit out of me. I mean, it was just like, you know, I mean, the phone was, I was
Wow.
all the way
What
out
were
here
you
with,
supposed to do? You know,
yeah, I mean,
hang
it's
up on
not
her?
my, yeah, well, yeah, I mean, it's not my deal that, you know, he borrowed her microwave and forgot to bring it back. I
Yeah.
mean, what am I, you
Just
know, what am I
just
supposed
take
to
her
do about
microwave back, dude.
it? Exactly. I mean, it's crazy. Okay, so then we go from Arizona back to Florida. This one today, a Florida woman detained after trying to pay for a Waffle House bill with scratch-off tickets she hadn't scratched yet. True story. Yeah, can't
Oh,
believe it.
brother.
Yeah. Anyway, you can go check out all the funny stuff at Meme Central. It's good. I've got one more here for you. The highlight of the week. I might even have two. Oh, I've got two more for you. Let's see. This one happened last month. A bride apparently arrested after making her fiance take a lie detector test 3 days before the wedding.
Why'd she
A
get
lie?
arrested for that?
I don't know. Apparently, it's
She
against the
must have
law.
held a gun to his head or something.
Yeah, there's the
Shotgun.
rest of there's the rest of the story here that we don't know about. Yeah, it took a lie detector test. I guess if you can't trust him, don't marry him, sweetheart. Let's
Seriously,
see.
seriously.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, this one here. A waitress arrested after refusing to unlock the front door of an Applebee's until a table of eight, now this is a party of eight, explained the math on their 4% tip. Explained the math on their 4% tip. I mean,
Wow.
4%. So table eight, you figure what today's high prices? Yeah, thanks, Lord Farquaad. Today's high prices, you know, your bill for eight people's got to be what,
Uh,
$150?
at
I
least,
mean,
even at Crapplebee's.
even $200. Well, see, each meal's what, about 20 bucks?
Yeah, you
So
got
yeah, I mean,
160 just in meals.
just a meal. So yeah, I figure that waitress there. So what, 20%? I mean, her tip ought to be about $30, I would think, right? $32.
Well, if it was $200, it would be $40 for the tip.
Anyway,
That for,
she basically took it upon herself. She said, I'm locking the door until you explain why I'm getting a 4%. So 4%, 164%. Dude, that's not even $10 that she
uh-uh.
got.
No, 10% would be 16. So you're looking at maybe $7.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Well, anyway, yeah, she was
sounds like
arrested
that's
after refusing to unlock the door.
kind of sounds like a friend of ours
Yeah, we're not
at a
going to go
local
there.
establishment.
Yes, I heard that story. I was like,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Anyway, so there you have it. Yeah, so that segues into our next section. We were going to talk about some of these restaurants out there that you don't see anymore, maybe some experiences. It's always good. And then I want to throw in convenience stores because I got to tell you, wow, you know. Yeah, restaurants that you don't see anymore. How about, have you ever heard of Frisch's Big Boy?
Yep.
You
Used to
have heard of Frisch's
be
Big
in
Boy.
Pittsburgh. It was Eaton Park,
Ah,
but
okay.
it was the big boy. You had the big boy statue out front holding the hamburger.
Yeah, the kids could take
Uh,
pictures with them and all
yeah,
that jazz.
they're still in business in Pittsburgh,
Uh-huh.
and I
Frisch's
think
Big Boy.
that the big boy used to be associated with Shoney's in
Okay.
some regard because I've seen that big boy statue at some Shoney's.
Wow.
But yeah, Frisch's, I haven't seen Frisch's in forever.
Perkins is another one. Now, Perkins, I
Yeah,
think, had a few uh, locations in the South, did they not?
yeah, South Florida, they're still in business. Tampa South, Tampa
Hmm.
Orlando is kind of like the equator of Florida, and that's where you see them. We used to go there when my daughter was playing travel soccer. We used to go to Perkins, and she'd get a muffin. She loved those muffins.
The muffins from Perkins? Yeah.
Yeah, and they
When,
were cheap
if I
too.
remember, I hadn't eaten in one, guess, probably since I was a kid. I mean, living up north, they had them scattered across Ohio, Michigan.
Yeah,
I think you'd see
yeah.
them in Indiana, maybe Illinois. But weren't some of them like the big, gigantic truck stops you walk into? I mean, weren't they truck stop style, where you actually had a restaurant in there, and then you had a big gift
I don't
shop
know about
thing, and you
that.
could get gas? Okay, yeah. I mean, have you ever been to a Bucky's? Bucky's is crazy.
Bucky's is crazy. We got one.
It's really.
We got one between here and Jacksonville, Florida,
Yeah.
in what the heck is Darien, Georgia. Uh,
Darien, Georgia. Is that South Georgia?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
We
Gotta be
stopped
South
in that
Georgia.
one once, and then there's one close to my daughter's house in St. Augustine. She has a little
Ah,
bit of OCD or one of those 3 letter, 4 letter deals, undiagnosed, of course.
you're
She's just
right.
like, Dad, I can't go back in there. It's just too much for me. It's too
It
much
is the
going on.
biggest convenience store I've ever seen in my life. In fact, there's one on Interstate 40 as you're going east. I believe it's before you get to Knoxville. It's between Knoxville and Johnson City, and just absolutely enormous. You walk in there and you're just blown away
They got
by
everything.
oh, they do. You
They
know,
got everything you could ever want, from souvenirs to T-shirts
oh
to
man, yeah.
housewares to candy to you know brisket, whatever you
From
want.
brisket to candy to firewood. I mean, they got
Yeah,
firewood in there. This place has
yeah,
firewood in there.
yeah,
And then
yeah,
and then there's what? There's about 100 pumps maybe, or 150 pumps or something, but they're
yeah,
spanned all the way around. So I couldn't even imagine. Oh, they got Christmas decorations in there too.
yeah, yeah.
They are basically the new Stuckey's. You know, Stuckey's was big.
The Stuckey's was good. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Stuckey's all over Iowa. When I lived in Iowa, you'd see them off Interstate 80. But yeah, those places. And of course, that now they're having to compete with this new Bucky's concept, where I guess you could just do all your grocery shopping there. You can do all your whatever.
Their soft drinks suck though. Their fountain
Oh,
drinks,
really?
they're
Yeah.
all Bucky's soft drinks.
I think we got like a barbecue. It was Deb, her mom, and myself. In fact, we went to Deb's son's wedding last fall, and I think we got a couple of those barbecue sandwiches, and they were actually pretty darn good. I thought
Yeah,
they were pretty
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Yeah, I like stuff with a little zip in there, and those barbecue sandwiches had it going on, man. So
There's another place in Florida called the Bumblebee or the Bee.
yeah,
It's very similar to Bucky's.
wow.
Not quite as busy as what Bucky's is, but it was between Jacksonville and Tallahassee, and we'd stop there.
Oh, I would go down and see Dad when Dad was living down in Tallahassee. I would go visit him as his health started to decline and all that. And I would stop off at some of those places in South Georgia.
Yeah,
Yeah, like if you wanted to go to the restroom, I mean, it was like from the Steve Martin movie, The Jerk. I mean, it'd be a key on this great big spare tire. Yeah, and I'm just like, really?
we
Yeah.
actually have a BP gas station here in town that has that same kind of setup.
Spare tire on that.
I stopped to get gas, and I really had to go to the bathroom, and I went, and the door was locked. And you know what? I don't have to go that bad, so I jumped back in my car.
What are you gonna do? Steal the key and hijack the bathroom? I
I
mean,
don't
please.
know. I don't know.
Well, some people will do stuff like that. I know a buddy of mine years ago. He told me this story. He used to go to these NASCAR races, and he would anyway. This guy that owned this little granite company in town, great big old guy, had a grandchild that was in the same daycare as my daughters. Anyway, he went down there years ago, and he was kind of a wild man. Well, somebody decided to take over, hijack one of those green public toilets down because they got the row of the porta potties
Yeah.
out, in the
Okay.
infield area, and it was
Uh-huh.
actually on the edge of a hill. So this guy goes in there. He just decides, I'm going to put a padlock on it, and it's going to be mine. And Tony, I mean, he was a big old dude. I wouldn't mess with him. He got fed up with it, and he waited for the guy to go in there, and he just got a running start, knocked that sucker right over. And
I'm surprised he didn't put the padlock on too.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man, just rolling around in all that muck. Yeah, it was just a bad ordeal. So anyway, word of the wise is don't try to hijack one of those. It's not a good situation.
Wow.
Man, a lot of stuff going on out there in the wide world. CBS, of course, as you know, no more CBS radio. CBS, their biggest show, 60 Minutes. Apparently, the correspondent, one of the big-time correspondents on there, Scott Pelley, apparently has been terminated. And people are reading into this, a lot more than meets the eye, if you will. New management, there's a lot of pushback on do they really know what they're doing? And the thing that kills me is the ratings on this were up 9% from the previous year before all this nonsense happened.
I'm surprised it wasn't the female correspondent that just did the interview with our president, because he wasn't happy at the end of that interview.
Well, he's never happy with the questions he gets asked, but he has to answer questions, which he doesn't. He dances around, answers.
Well, at least he didn't call her a fat pig.
Yeah, like he has, I guess, some of the other reporters.
Yeah.
How unfortunate. But like yesterday, I'm listening to his interview, or his, whatever it is, his media. What does he do? He meets with the media every day or something?
Yeah.
Right. So yesterday he's talking about how Rosie the stockman, it's the greatest, it's the best, today it's even better. No, and I'm like, I'm excited. It's going to be a big earnings day. I get back, I look at it's all red. Down 600 points, down this, down that.
But it is 50,000.
Yes, it is.
It is 50,000.
And I can remember when the Dow was like 10,000.
I can too.
25, 30 years ago.
I remember when it hit 23, and it was a big deal.
That was a big deal. Yeah, that was a big deal. But I guess today, looking at it, I was just I guess before noon today or whatever. Looks like Dow was up significantly, but the techies, most of them are in the NASDAQ.
Yeah,
they were showing down from yesterday. So anyway, we'll keep an eye on it and see what happens. But yeah, that was a big deal this week. And then, of course, the House, they passed a bill to end the Iran war?
Did they do that, or was it to limit his war powers?
Maybe limit his war powers. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Okay.
But anyway, you can almost bet, a cotton chopping dollar that's going to get vetoed or won't even make it out of the Senate. It has to go to the Senate now. And then how about this in the entertainment world? How do you say his name? Shia LaBeouf, the actor.
Yeah.
Pleads guilty to 3 charges of simple battery after punching bar patrons in New Orleans during Mardi Gras.
Wow.
I just happened to come across this story today.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf of Transformers.
Yes, of Transformers. He also portrayed John McEnroe in the movie Borg versus McEnroe. If you've ever had a chance to watch it,
that's where he learned how to punch.
Well, he really did go McEnroe on him this time. That was for real. Let's see. NASA's formally ending the Maven Martian mission after roughly 6 months without a signal. Apparently, this orbital probe spent 11 years analyzing Mars' atmosphere. So I guess, are we not going to be able to get any more images, or what's happening?
I don't know.
Yeah.
That on the heels of Jeff Bezos' rocket exploding and taking out a whole launch pad at Cape Canaveral.
You can't really laugh at that, but you got to laugh at that.
Yeah, Elon Musk was there like, yes!
Yeah, he was. Oh, I tell you. And then you've got this vote counting that continues out there in the great state of California. Apparently, this is a big deal. There's a race for governor, mayor's race in the second largest city in America. Where, of course, we're talking about Los Angeles. Um, a reality TV show guy or something on there. He's running.
Well, look who we have running the country.
Yeah, he's a reality TV show guy.
Former reality TV show. Yeah,
See
you're
how well
fired.
see how well that's working out.
Uh-huh.
Here's one. The Justice Department investigating former Representative George Santos. He's back in the news once again. The Republican from New York's Congressional District 3. This is over allegations of insider trading. And I guess a prediction market on this call sheet. I don't know. Interesting there. Let's see what else is going on here. U.S. Postal Service, they're predating the Declaration of Independence and carrying nearly half of the world's total mail volume. It delivers by plane, hovercraft, train, truck, car, boat, ferry, helicopter, subway, bicycle, foot, and even mule. Those were the different modes of delivery over the years. And that's been a lot of them.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Anyway, that's what's going on. They have delivered over 112 billion pieces of mail. This was stats from 2024, and they have spent $3.97 billion, accounting for just 0.058% of the federal budget.
Wow.
So actually, it's a really tiny little part of the budget.
Yeah.
Everybody's fussing about that, but yeah. So imagine all that kind of stuff. Anyway. Other than that, we got sports world stuff, as we were talking about. Stanley Cup, we got NBA Finals going on. Baseball, I don't know, Braves, I guess, are playing good.
Yeah, they're the best team in the MLB right now.
Yeah. New manager, right? I think that's right. Didn't Brian Snitker hit the road or retire or
Is it Don
down?
Mattingly?
Yeah, Don Mattingly.
Yeah, he just started.
Yeah, so he's doing a great job. In fact, they've got him right back at the top again. They were just sort of swimming around in the cesspool there for a while.
My Buccos have climbed out of the basement and are in second place in the Central.
Oh, that's
MLB,
good.
Or NL Central, yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. They had won it since, was it 79 last time?
79 was the last, yeah. They came close.
Yeah. Yeah, they came close a couple times in the early 90s. I remember that with the Braves.
Yeah, yeah.
But before that, yeah, you got to go back to 1979.
79,
That's a long
71. 71 was the last really good team, and then 79 was decent.
A decent team, and they got in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, Willie Stargell. A lot of these guys are gone now. Dave Parker passed away not long
Yep.
ago. Man,
Yep.
oh, talk about some of the greats out there. So yeah. Well, we'll see what they do at the end. By the end of the season, they might make themselves
They'll
a little run.
They'll wake up. They'll wake up after the All-Star break, and their owner doesn't want to spend any money. Although there was just some kind of resolution passed that every team has got to spend more money as a minimum.
Yeah. Wow.
In order to be able to get the revenue from the broadcast. So it's kind of set up like what the NFL has done. So I don't have a whole lot more information on that, but I just know that our Bob Nutting, who is the owner of the Bucks, of the Pirates, is going to have to start shelling out some more money.
Yeah, I would think so. You never hear anything about them, really. They're kind of sort of the other. The Phillies always get the accolades. You got guys like Bryce Harper and Schwarber and all those guys, but Pittsburgh, you never really hear anything about them anymore.
Well, they've got Paul Skeens now.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good.
One of the better pitchers, and they just drafted a kid who they moved up from the farm team, like within a month of being drafted. He only played a couple of games with the farm team, and they brought him up. I can't remember what his name is. He's a heck of a hitter, though. Second baseman.
Well, Paul Skeens, he's the I guess he'd be the guy that I'd think about when I think about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Yeah, they'll be trading him before too much longer.
Yeah, yeah. By the way, that vote yesterday was 215 to 208. Apparently, there were 4 Republicans, and they joined Democrats in rebuking this war.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so resolution is just a symbolic kind of a thing, although a similar measure in the Senate would compel Trump to end the war if it's passed. But are we really going to get that through the Senate, though?
I don't know.
Yeah, this according to 1440 News. We thank them. I'm a subscriber. Pretty good stuff, straightforward. The House vote came hours after Kuwaiti authorities blamed Iran for a deadly drone and missile attack on its international airport. And I'm hearing stuff all the time like, oh, we're close to a deal. We're going to get a deal. We have a deal. And then it just continues.
And we fired on a civilian ship, too, this
Wow.
week.
Yeah, so it's been a...
Luckily, it just hit the engine room. It didn't sink it, but...
Well, this missile attack and deadly drone, one person killed, at least 63 others wounded, according to officials. And then separately, you got this other conflict going on, which a lot of people are following as well, Israel and Lebanon. Apparently they've agreed to a ceasefire conditional on Hezbollah halting its attacks on Israel and retreating above the Litani River. It's unclear, according to 1440 News, if the militant group will abide by the terms. The Lebanon has struggled to rein in the Iranian-backed group in the past. So you have these two different things going on, and I just don't know. I don't know how they're going to solve all this, honestly.
But we've stopped 8 wars in the last year and a half. You know.
8 wars. Well,
we had 2 countries that were rolling rocks down the hill at one another, and that was one of the wars that was stopped.
Yikes! Wow.
But on a happier note, we have the claw on the front lawn of the White House for MME or UWF or whatever fighting.
I thought that wasn't going to happen now. Is that still going to happen?
Oh, no, they've got this big thing on the south lawn of the White House. They're calling it the claw. And it may stay there permanently from what I've heard this morning on a radio show up in Pittsburgh, that it's being compared by our administration to the Eiffel Tower. The Eiffel Tower was erected in one of the deals over in Europe way back in the early days of France, and they were just going to take it down after that show, and they decided to keep it up. Well, that's what That's what we're talking about now with this claw on the front. It's on the front lawn of the White House. It's going to be a tourist attraction. Just what we need is the claw.
What about this 250th concert? So now you got 2 people.
Oh, it's going to be a MAGA rally now.
Yeah,
they've canceled the concert, and it's now going to be a MAGA rally. But there is.
It's baby.
And let's see what the Congress. The Congress has a proper 250th celebration, I think, that was planned. Freedom 250 or something.
Like we had 1976, something that's going to be a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not trying to project, or push personal agendas. It's going to be more, let's celebrate the country.
Right. Exactly.
Good. That's what I want to see. That's what we want to see, John. That's what we want to see.
I was in 8th grade in 1976.
I was in the 2nd grade, and I do remember this well because they took the pictures, and I remember the flag, the 76 flag, was right behind all the school pictures that year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a 2nd grade little runt back then. Anyway, yeah. So that was 50 years ago. Ooh, wow.
That is unbelievable.
It really is. It's like, yeah, there's this fat kid in there, and he was just so obnoxious. I remember that second grade class. But I'd bring albums, and people didn't even understand what they were. Led Zeppelin or
Uh-huh.
stuff like that. They're like, yeah, what are you bringing that kind of music in here for? I said, well, because it's awesome, man. It's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, all right, John. Well, good catching up. We'll hit back at it again next week. Keep the
Okay.
entertainment thing going on, and
Yeah, I'll be coming from the sunny state of Florida next week. So hopefully
Nice,
I'm on a
nice.
part of one of those stupid stories that you seem
yeah,
to find. But you
yeah. Well,
never know.
share some traveling stories with us next week,
I
if you will,
I
sir.
will. I will.
That sounds good. All right, everybody out there, have yourself a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Take
All
care.
right.